What looked like a coincidence was actually divine providence. The king couldn't sleep. The right record was read. Mordecai's forgotten faithfulness was remembered. Haman arrived at exactly the wrong moment for his own plans. God connected every detail at precisely the right time. What stands out to me is that Mordecai was not honored immediately after his good deed. Years passed with no recognition. It probably appeared that his faithfulness had been overlooked. But God had not forgotten. The reward was delayed because it needed to happen at the exact moment that would accomplish God's greater purpose. This chapter reminds me of my own family's journey. Years ago, when our visa reached its limit and we had to leave this country and return back to India, it felt like a major interruption. We had built a life here, made so many plans, and believed God was leading us forward. Suddenly, everything seemed uncertain. We could only see the departure, but God already saw our return. Like Mordecai, there were seasons when it felt as though the story was moving backward rather than moving forward. We had questions in our mind that didn't have immediate answers. Yet, looking back, I can see that what appeared to be a setback was actually part of God's preparation. While we saw a delay, God saw a timing. While we saw a disruption, God saw a direction. One of the greatest lessons of the book of Esther, chapter 6, is that God's providence is often invisible until we look backward. During the confusion, we may not understand what He is doing. Later, we begin to see how He was arranging circumstances, opening doors, and preparing the next chapter all along. Today, our testimony is not simply that God brought us back to the United States. Our testimony is that He remained faithful during the season when nothing made sense. This season in India was not a detour from God's plan. It was a part of God's plan. What felt like a pause became a preparation. What seemed like a closed door became a testimony of God's faithfulness. The book of Esther, chapter 6, encourages us to trust in God's timings, remain faithful when no one notices, and believe that God is working behind the scenes, even when His presence is not obvious. What seems delayed is not forgotten. And when God decides to act, He can change a situation in a single day. Thank you.